Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Hello, my name is Salsabila Amira Mindarti. I'm from 8.6 class with attendance list 32 and I'm from MTS Bilingual Musliman Anu Pucang, Sidoarjo. Today, I will tell you what is Nyepi. So, Nyepi is a Balinese day of silence that is commemorated every Isa Kawarsa or Saka New Year according to the Balinese calendar. In 2023, it falls on March 2022. It is a Balinese celebration mainly celebrated in Bali, Indonesia. Nyepi, a public holiday in Indonesia, is a day of silence, fasting, and meditation for the Balinese. The day following Nyepi is also celebrated as New Year's Day. On this day, the youth of Bali in the village of Susutan in South Bali practice the ceremony of Omet-Ometan or the kissing ritual to celebrate the New Year. The same day is celebrated in India as Yugadi. Observed from 6 a.m. until 6 a.m. in the next morning, Nyepi is a day reserved of self-reflection, and as such, anything that might interfere with the purpose is restricted. The main restrictions are no lights, fires, and lights must be kept low. No working, no entertainment or pleasure, no traveling, and for some, no talking or eating at all. The effect of this prohibition is that Bali usually bustling streets and roads are empty. There is little or no noise from TVs and radios. Limited access to internet and few signs of activities are seen even inside homes. The only people to be seen outdoors are the pecalang, traditional security men who patrol the streets to ensure the prohibitions are being followed. Although Nyepi is primarily a Hindu holiday, non-Hindu residents and tourists are not exempt for the restrictions. Although they are free to do as they wish inside their hotels, no one is allowed onto the beach or streets, and the only airport in Bali remains closed for the entire day. The only exceptions granted are for emergency vehicles responding to life-threatening conditions and women about to give birth. One day after Nyepi, known as Ngembak Geni or relighting the fire, social activity picks up again quickly as families and friends gather to ask forgiveness from one another and to perform certain religious rituals together. Fires and electricity are allowed again, and cooking of food resumes. Nyepi can be traced as back as 78 AD. The rituals of Nyepi. First, the Melasti ritual is performed 3 until 4 days beforehand. It is dedicated to Sahyang Witiwasa. The ritual is performed in Pura or Balinese temple near the sea Pura Segara and meant to purify Arca, Pratima, and Pralingga, sacred objects belonging to several temples also acquire sacred water from the sea. Second, the Bhutayajna ritual is performed in order to vanquish the negative elements and create a balance with God, mankind, and nature. The ritual is also meant to appease Batara Kala by Pecaruan offering of live animal sacrifice. Around sunset, the Pengrupukan ceremony begins in the house compounds with the noisy banging of pots, and pans, and bamboo tubes along with burning of dried coconut leaf to drive out the demons. Most Hindu Balinese villages make ogo-ogo, demonic statues made of richly painted bamboo, cloth, tinsel, and styrofoam symbolizing negative elements or malevolent spirits or even characters from Hindu mythology. After the ogo-ogo have been paraded around the village, they are burned in the cemeteries, although many are displayed in front of community halls for another month or more and sometimes even purchased by museums and collectors. Third, the Nyepi rituals are performed as follows: Amati Geni or no fire or light including no electricity, Amati Karya is no working, and Amati Lelunganan is no traveling, and Amati Lalangwang is no real self-entertainment or no entertainment. Fourth, the yoga or brata ritual starts at 6 a.m. and continues to 6 a.m. in the next day. Fifth is Ngamba Agni or Labu Brata ritual is performed for all Hindus to forgive each other and welcome to the new days to come. And sixth and finally, the Dharma Santi rituals are performed after all the Nyepi rituals are finished. Related festivals. Many Hindus in the Indian subcontinent observe the same day as New Year. For example, the Hindus of Maharashtra term the same festival observed on the same day. Gudi Padwa, the Sindhis people from Sindh celebrate the same day as Chati Chan, which is the beginning of their calendar year. Manipuris also celebrate their new year as Sajipun Nongma Panba on the same day. The Hindus of Andhra Pradesh and Karnataka also celebrate their new year on the same day as Ugadi. Security is provided by the usual handship while the Pecalang are redirected into security roles from their usual mundane tasks like traffic coordination to beef up the local security. These two security force report to local village heads. In 2017, it is reported is island-wide that some 22,000 Pecalang are taking part for Nyepi. National police also take part, but naturally ultimately report to Jakarta rather than the village or regency level. So, the 2023 period of complete silence on Bali will begin on Wednesday, March 2022 at 6 a.m. and last through Thursday, March 23 at the same hour. Everyone on the island must remain inside, turn off the lights, and be totally silent. There is a complete halt to all action in the outer world. Business closed, schools closed, road closed except for emergency vehicles, and the airport closed for 24 hours. Don't plan any activity starting Nyepi since you will have to stay in your hotel. The magic of Nyepi and the day of silence. Everything comes to a complete and total halt. The highlights of Bali's New Year's is really quite the opposite of the pyrotechnics and loud celebrations that are the norm everywhere else in the world. The island becomes absolutely silent in the midst of their festivities celebrating the New Year in Bali to wash away the wrongdoing of the past year, entering the New Year with a clean slate, individually and collectively. Nyepi, which means to stay silent, occurs on the day after the dark moon of the spring equinox. Visitors fortunate enough to be on Bali during Nyepi will have the opportunity to experience this unique, magical and fascinating celebrations, and join the Balinese in reflecting on the past year in silence and start with new positive intentions. On Nyepi Eve, the Balinese will join for the world-famous Ogo-Ogo parades that are held all over Bali, a fascinating spectacle where youngsters are carrying Hertiman statues through the streets. Don't miss it while on Bali. So I think that's enough about Nyepi that I know. I say sorry if there are a mistake. That's what I say. Thank you. Wassalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.